Good evening. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Backroads Broadcasting. Judd McCormick here with you, flying solo this evening. We are going to get started here pretty soon in about 14 minutes with Week 9 action football. Rock Creek Mustangs hosting the Smoky Valley Vikings. Before we get going too far into football tonight, let's talk a little bit about what's happening today in and around the area. The Lady Mustangs were playing in 4A state volleyball down in Hutchinson Community College, playing pool play today. Winner of the pools and second place of the pool move on tomorrow to the bracket play. First match of the day for the Lady Mustangs was against the number 7 seeded McPherson Bullpups. Mustangs were the 2 seed. They were challenged early in that contest, losing the first set 22-25. Then the Mustangs came back in the second set to win 25-22. Winning the third set a little bit more comfortably, 25-12 to win that match. Second match of the day was against the 6th-seeded and fellow NCKL team Concordia Panthers. Mustangs appeared to have been past the first game jitters, quickly dispatching the Panthers in 2 sets, 25-10, 25-17. Mustangs' third match of the day was against the number 3 seed Clearwater Tornadoes. Mustangs with a win would move on to day 2. With a loss, it'd make it a tiebreaker headache they didn't want to get into. They got the job done in a 2-set victory over Clearwater, 25-18, 25-14. They finished day 1 3-0, winning pool 2. They would wait to see who exactly would be moving on, but finishing the pool play 3-0. They'll move to the semifinals with McPherson Bullpups, who were 2-1 coming out of pool 2. As they sat and waited around, pool 1 was led by back-to-back 4A volleyball champs and the habitual 8 seed Bishop Miege Stags, who always seem to come in on a low seed and continue to win and win and win. They're looking for their 29th volleyball state championship, third in a row, but Bishop Miege, they went 3-0 on the day. They beat the 1 seed Clay Center Tigers 2-1. They beat the 4 seed Hayden Wildcats 2-0 and the 5 seed Holton Wildcats 2-1. Hayden Wildcats ended up coming out of pool 1. They've finished second, 2-1 on the day. So the number 1 overall seed in 4A, Clay Center, knocked out of the state tournament. Very similar happening to Rock Creek Mustangs a few years ago. So tomorrow morning, Rock Creek Mustangs at 9 a.m. down in Hutchinson at Hutchinson Community College will be taking on Hayden in game 1. Bishop Miege and McPherson will be rolling in there. Winners will face each other for the state championship. Losers will face each other in a third-place consolation match. So congratulations, head coach Allie Snap, Lady Mustangs, for not only making it to state, but going through pool play 3-0, making it to day 2. We wish them the best of luck tomorrow at Hutchinson. Tomorrow will also be state cross country. 1A, 2A, and 4A will be held at the Wamego Country Club in Wamego, Kansas. The 3A, 5A, 6A will be held at Rimrock Farm in Lawrence, Kansas. Your Backroads broadcasting crew will be at the Wamego Country Club tomorrow broadcasting those events. It's part of our partnership with Keisha and the NFHS Network. That first race will fire off at 10 a.m. with the 2A girls, followed by the 1A boys at 10:35, 4A girls at 11:10. 2A boys at 11:45, 1A girls at 12:20, and finishing with the 4A boys at 12:55. If you've ever witnessed a Keisha State cross-country event, you will know that those times will probably pretty much be locked in. Rock Creek only sent 1 runner this year to cross-country. The lone representative will be sophomore Lucia Nippert. So we will wish her the best of luck as she takes off in her race. Again, that will be happening at 11:10 a.m. for the 4A girls. And that will be on the NFHS Network. We're about 10.5 minutes away to go for this. We can talk a little bit about tonight's games. The Rock Creek Marching Band's getting ready to come out onto the field. So 7-1 Rock Creek Mustangs are hosting the 2-6 Smoky Valley Vikings. Smoky Valley is based out of Lindsborg. They're a member of the Central Kansas League, along with other familiar 3A football teams like the Heston Swathers, Pratt Greenbacks, Nickerson Panthers. Vikings played in a District 6. They finished 4th behind Andale, Heston, and Trinity Academy. Their 2 wins on the season was against an 0-8 Belle Plains High and against a 1-7 Nickerson High. They've struggled as a team this season, but they do have a player highlight we should talk about. Senior running back Gavin Stambaugh. He's a 1,114-yard rusher, 14 touchdowns in 8 regular season games. He's averaged about 6.7 yards a carry. So again, the Vikings will primarily run him. They'll run it out of the wishbone base or a double tight end that will almost always have a motion man. Like I said, number 33, Stanball. Senior number 6, Ezekiel Baker. And junior motion man, number 44, Jack Opat, will be the workhorses for that offense. Junior quarterback, number 15, Ty Heitschmidt, has been very efficient throwing the ball, only connected on 33.7% of his 83 attempts and only about 315 yards on the season. Left-hander does have a decent arm. He can sling it out there if he needs to. However, they don't really have a deep threat. They're very shallow on the receiving core. Basically, keep an eye on number 8, junior Torrin Miller. He will be the go-to deep threat. So look to see 8 men in the box for the Mustangs. 1 free safety deep, and I imagine they'll see a one-on-one matchup with number 8, Miller, on the outside edge. Mustangs finished the regular season 7-1. They earned a 2 seed in the west half of the 3A bracket. They started off the year 63-7, victory over the Bishop Ward, who finished 2-6 on the season. Their one loss, week 2 at Wamego, losing that game 0-20. Of course, Wamego went on to finish 7-1. They're the number 1 overall seed in 4A. We'll step aside here just for a second as we do the national anthem here at The Rock. I'll be back with you in just a few minutes, and we'll recap a few other things before we get started with game.
Rock Creek students, you may join the band's tunnel tonight. Please go to the northwest corner of the track and enter through the gate. Do not go over the fence. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet tonight's starters, starting with the Smoky Valley offense.
So 6.5 minutes left to go before game time. We can get back to the recap here in just a second. We can talk about tonight's starters. We'll start with the Smoky Valley Vikings.
On the line, a junior,
their offensive starter is going to start out with number 6, fullback.
On the line, a
senior number 6, Ezekiel Baker. Center, number 76, Brock Gingler. And quarterback is going to be junior number 15, Ty Heitschmidt.
Samuel Zeller.
Offensive lineman, senior number 67, Giovannis Lewis.
At tight end, a junior
tight end, number 8, Torrin Miller.
At running back,
junior running back, number 44, Jack Opat. Offensive lineman, senior number 77, Corbin Pywell. At junior tight end, number 22, Christian Ryan. At junior offensive lineman, number 63, Connor Smith Bolin. A senior running back, number 33, Gavin Stanball. He's the one to watch tonight. And junior offensive lineman, number 51, Samuel Zeller. For the Mustangs, they're going to be rolling out their defensive starters tonight. Why not? Defense has been top-notch all year. Mustangs looking for another big night for the defense. Going to start out with D-back number 5, senior Dawson Rankin, followed by junior linebacker number 7, Ezra Spiller. Sophomore D-back number 13, Noah Wahlberg. Junior D-back number 15, Carson Taburin. Senior D-back number 29, Landon Snyder. Senior linebacker number 34, Tristan Meyer. Senior linebacker number 35, Cooper Seaton. Junior defensive lineman number 51, Wade Rottinghouse. Junior linebacker number 52, Nick Allen. Junior defensive lineman number 57, Cordell Kirksey. And senior defensive lineman number 61, Mason Fate.
Rock Creek fans, if you're not on your feet, it's time to get there now.
4.5 minutes to go before game time. Mustangs getting ready to take the field here. Again, we were talking about the Mustangs. Left to go here before kickoff. Again, Mustangs, one loss on the season, week 2 at Wamego, in number 1 seed in 4A. Then they went on the road at Bonner Springs, winning that game 57-0. Bonner Springs finished 1-7. Home and over Abilene, 42-6. Abilene finished 3-5. Then another home game over Clay Center, winning that one 21-0. Clay Center finished 4-4, but actually finished second in the district. Win at Marysville, the big win of the season, 31-14, and a win at Concordia, 42-0. And then, of course, last week, win here at home over Chapman, 69-6. Been a tale of 3 different offenses this year for the Mustangs, and one really, really good, steady defense all season. Mustangs started out the year with a balanced attack. Had McAlee passing and throwing, Drew Becker running, of course. That quickly changed in week 2 after the season-ending injury to Becker. Lee became the primary rusher, passer, became a necessity more than a preference, really. Of course, Lee would be injured against the Panthers. He's out for the season. And then basically we saw the primary pocket passing offense that we saw a couple years ago with Gavin Rosa coming in. Last week against Fighting Irish, Rosa had 291 yards, 5 touchdowns on 17 of 21 passes. 8 different receivers saw the ball come their way. Tonight we'll see the captains coming out for the Mustangs. Number 26, Drew Becker. 61, Mason Faith. Number 74 is Caleb Conroe. And then, of course, in the Letterman's jacket, it's going to be Mac Lee. So we sit here, wait for the coin toss right at about 2.5 to go. As we were talking last week, 8 different receivers catching a ball. Rosa was throwing all over the place. Irish tried to make it interesting early. Mustangs got a fumble early on by Tristan Meyer in the end zone. That would ultimately be the only thing that they would need to win the game. Second possession for the Irish turned into a 33-yard interception return by Landon Snyder for a pick 6. Putting the Mustangs up 4-0 with that extra point before the offense even saw the field. Irish tried to make it interesting early. Had a 33-yard pass from Cooper Lewis to Colton Bell, making it 14-6. But that was the end of the fun for the Fighting Irish that night. 6 straight touchdowns from the Mustangs before half. Led to a running clock in the second half and an assortment of Mustang personnel on the field. Mustangs defense finished with 5 takeaways. Noah Wahlberg added 2 more interceptions, and Nick Allen had another fumble recovery later in the game. On the offensive side, Riker Zeller had 2 touchdowns. Receptions, Dawson Rankin, Carson DeBuren, Jackson Pendle, and Luke Skinner all added touchdown catches, while Jordy Scott, Zion Bell both had rushing touchdowns. So we're getting set to get underway here. Thank you all for joining us here. Again, my name is Judd McCormick here at Backroads Broadcasting. We're about a minute out. Be back with you here in just a second. Mustangs set here to receive the ball. Smoky Valley won the coin toss. They elected to defer to the second half. Perfectly fine for the Mustangs. Get their offense on the field. Look to see if the Vikings come right out of the gate. They were practicing some squib kicks, onside kicks to start the game. See if they can catch the Mustangs dropping back on their heels early on. Kick up the middle. Going to be fielded by Martini and downed. Mustangs will take their first possession at about the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustang offense. Again, we kind of talked about it, tale of several different offenses this season. It's kind of turned back into more traditional pocket passing that we'd seen a couple years ago, back when Dalton Whitworth had about 3,000 yards passing. Rosa, your starting quarterback, number 4, Jordy Scott, in the backfield with him. That's a quick one out to Rankin, who's tiptoeing along the sidelines. Going to pick up about a little over 5 yards on the play. Rankin, normally a defensive starter. Offensive had to change around just a little bit. Some receiving core down, deep in receiving core. But again, 2 split to the high, to the north. Fake handoff to Scott. Quick hitch out. Rosa over to Rankin. He's going to pick up about 18 yards on the play. So 2 quick plays to Rankin. Mustangs hurried up offense, quickly lining back up. Rosa going to hit Pendle, the outside edge. He gets to the corner. He's going to come back in and make a quick snap back. He's going to make it about a 22-yard pickup for Pendle. Hand off to Jordy Scott. He makes one move, cuts out to the right side. He's got a block out there. He's going to go all the way in. There's a signal, touchdown. Jordy Scott on the first carry of the game, 25-yard touchdown. Mustangs on the board first. That touchdown is going to be brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. Running a business is tough. Keeping track of your books and payroll shouldn't be. Let Cheryl Franco with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping handle the numbers while you focus on what you do best. Give Cheryl, a Rock Creek alum, a call today at 785-506-4008 to schedule a consultation. Pendle set to kick the extra point. Snap and down, and that is good. So Jordy Scott on the first carry, 25-yard touchdown run, putting the Mustangs up 7-0 here. About 38 seconds into the game. Happened so quick we didn't have a scoreboard up on the screen yet, so I thank everybody for being part of that. So Vikings elected to have the Mustang offense on the field first. Mustangs took advantage of the situation. 4 plays. And about 66 yards. And the Mustangs are in the end zone. Mustangs set to kick it away here. Back for the Vikings to receive. Number 6, Baker. Number 33, Stambaugh. It's going to be a deep kick into the end zone. Touchback. Vikings will have their first opportunity from the 20-yard line. This break's going to be brought to you by Faith Furniture. Keep the guys on their toe. Faith Furniture, serving and supporting the Manhattan and surrounding communities since 1952. Locally owned and operated by the Faith family, they take pride in their value, selection, knowledge, and the family experiences they share with all their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattress in stock, pickup or delivery. Stop by and save Faith today, 502 East Points Avenue. And the team that rarely passes coming out right out of the gate, similar to last week, tried to catch the Mustangs napping 8 men in the box. That 15, Heitschmidt, an incomplete pass to number 8, Torrin Miller. As I was saying, when it comes to buying new furniture, you've got to have faith. I'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Vikings at the 20. Baker stand ball in the backfield. That's going to be a fake to stand ball and a keeper by the quarterback, Heitschmidt. Looks like he's going to lose about 4 yards on the play. Heitschmidt hasn't run the ball many times during the season, but doing whatever they can to try to get the Mustangs from keying off of number 33, Gavin Stanball. Been a workhorse for the Vikings this year. Again, we talked about it at the pregame, over 1,100 yards rushing. Heitschmidt back to pass. He's got a man going down the outside edge, and looks like that was going to be intended for Opat. Kind of a crisscross pattern there, kind of a rub pattern, but neither receiver is very close to the ball. That's going to bring up 4th and 13 for the Vikings. So unusual sequence for the Vikings if you're not familiar with them. 2 pass plays. Normally they only pass about 10% of the time. But again, trying to catch that Mustang defense snapping, cheating up on the run. Vikings set the punt away here. Going to be a false start there by the Vikings. That's going to push them back. So a 5-yard penalty for the Vikings. And snap out of the back of the end zone. That's going to be a safety. So Mustangs putting 2 more up on the board. Credit to the defense and special teams on that. Mustangs with a 9-0 lead here, 10.5 to go in the first. There'll be a free kick coming now. Ball coming back to the Mustangs. Definitely not the start that Smoky Valley was hoping to get tonight. I'm sure they're going to talk about that over there on the sideline. This quick break in the action is going to be brought to you by Taussig Landscape. Taussig Landscape. Some of your family's best memories may be made during the holidays. Food, parties, time with the family, and driving around looking at Christmas lights. If you've ever been down the street and seen a beautiful Christmas light display and one-on-one just like it, we'll look no further than Taussig Landscape. Taussig Landscape is your holiday lighting experts. Beautiful, professional holiday lighting is made simple with the Taussig Landscape method. Keep your holiday memories happy and take the aches and pains and stress out of it. Taussig Landscape will make your holidays beautiful and stress-free. Call Taussig Landscape today at 785-564-1727 for your free holiday lighting estimate. Taussig Landscape, enriching lives through the outdoors. So that was Jacob Perkins with the return. High tackle, but a clean tackle there. Mustangs will take over on the Vikings 45-yard line. So we'll see if the Mustangs give us more than 10 seconds in between plays. So maybe we can show you some replays of some events that's happening during the game. But their hurry-up offenses almost made it impossible to even get stats wrote down, let alone talk about it. But Bell in the backfield with Rosa. Rolling out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of that ball. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Looks like he was looking for Dawson Rankin there on the outside edge, just never got open. First incomplete pass for the Mustangs. Again, Mustangs quickly line back up. Bunch receivers the top side. Fake handoff. Rosa's going to keep it. He's going to spin forward, pick up about 5 yards on the play. Designed run there. Good read by Gavin Rosa. Mustangs quickly lining back up, looking to the sideline. Rosa back. He's looking over to Perkins. Perkins on the outside edge. He's going to be shoved out of bounds, but he's going to have enough for a first down. Pickup of about 15 yards there to Perkins. So Rosa already with 60 yards passing here. Miss key right there. Mustangs lucky to get back on it. Not losing really much of any yardage. Going to be a little over 2 and a long 10. Again, Mustangs wasting no time, quickly getting back into it. Rosa looking to the left side over there to Perkins. He's got him again. He is going to be slung out of bounds on about the 8-yard line. So pick up about 20 yards over there to Perkins. And again, the Mustangs offense rolling. Zion Bell in the backfield with Rosa. Bell's going to get the handoff. He's going to be met by the linebacker. That's going to be number 6. That's Baker right there in the hole. He's not going to pick up anything on that run. Good play by Baker there for the Vikings, meeting Bell right in the hole, not letting him make a move or get by him. Again, Bell, your lone back. Rankin and Martini to the top side. Zeller and Pendle to the bottom. Hand off to Bell again. Again, met right in the hole by number 6. That's Baker for the Vikings. Good defensive stand right here by the Vikings. Bring up 3rd and goal from about the 7-yard line for the Mustangs. Martini Rankin on the top side. Bell, your lone back. Pendle Zeller to the bottom side. He's looking for the crossing. Does he get it? Did Martini make the catch? He did. 7-yard touchdown pass to Peter Martini at the back of the end zone. Great snag by Peter Martini there. Mustangs' second touchdown here in the first quarter. 7:57 left to go. Good throw, good catch. Put it in the only place you could there at the back of the end zone. Martini making a great dive and catch right there to hold on to it. That touchdown will be brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. I'll give you the rest of that information right here after the extra point. Pendle set to kick. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is good. Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. Running a business is tough. Keeping track of your books and payroll shouldn't be. Let Cheryl Franco with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping handle the numbers while you focus on what you do best. Give Cheryl, a Rock Creek alum, a call today at 785-506-4008 to schedule a consultation. Some scores in the area right now. Halftime, Andale's already ahead 51-0 over Concordia, and Holcomb is leading 6-0 over Marysville at half. Those games started early. Both of them were scheduled at 6 o'clock, which is why they're already at halftime. So, yeah, Holcomb-Marysville, that's the game we'll keep an eye on. We bring up a bracket, actually, if we want to. Mustangs will be set to play the winner of the Holcomb-Marysville game. Mustangs, again, the number 1 overall seed, or the number 2 overall seed in the West. And you can see Andel's the 1. They're playing Concordia tonight. Clay Center and Pratt. Collegiate, Colby, Cheney, Trinity Academy. Of course, this game right here, Rock Creek, Smoky Valley. We'll keep an eye on the Holcomb-Marysville game. They'll have the winner of this game. We'll have the winner of that game. And then we got Scott Community Clearwater, then Heston Goodland. We'll bring that back at halftime when we talk a little bit more, and we'll see what some scores are going on at that point in time. Pendle set to kick it deep. And that's going to be over Stanball's head into the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Vikings will get ready to start their third possession of the game here from their own 20. Actually, their second possession of the game. I apologize. First possession was a 3-and-out and a snap out of the back of the end zone for safety, so they had to free kick it away to the Mustangs. Mustangs 16-0 here in the first. Heitschmidt under center. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to his fullback, Baker. Baker's going to pick up about 5 on the play. Baker making a couple great tackles there on the defensive side of the ball. He'll see some action tonight, but number 33 is who they're going to be keying off of. Stanball, 1,000-yard rusher for the Vikings. Stanball, 5'11", 190 pounds. Baker, 6'1", 200. Good-sized running backs for the Vikings. Opat, your motion man, and we're going to have a false start there. I'm going to assume that's going to be on number 77. False start, illegal procedure, whatever you want to call it. So they'll lose those 5 yards. Back to 2nd and 10. Opat again is the motion man. Hand off to the second back. That's going to be Stanball. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. So I'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Vikings. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us here online tonight. YouTube, Facebook, Backroads Broadcasting. Jed McCormick here flying solo. I do apologize. You'll get tired of hearing me tonight doing the ads and the play-by-play and the color commentary, but it's a free production. You can mute me at any time if you'd like. Heitschmidt's going to keep it. He's rolling out to his left. He's a left-hander. He's looking deep. Going to turn around, and that's going to be a jump ball, and nobody's going to come up with that. Looks like that was intended for like number 44. Who I'll even look to see if I have in my program, which is kind of hard to look up, but Wahlberg was there on the defense. It's going to bring up looks like that's going to be a first down actually for Smoky Valley as they call pass interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty on the Mustangs. That ball was intended for Opat. It's going to be a handoff to Stanball. He's going to be tackled down for a loss of at least a yard on that. We'll see where they actually end up spotting it. Maybe not a full yard loss. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Heitschmidt under center. Opat, your motion man. Going to be a quick pitch out to stand ball, the outside edge. You'll see him hit the corner. Spiller's going to push him out of bounds after a pickup of probably about maybe 4 or 5 yards on the play. We'll give him a gain of 5 on that. So, again, stand ball. Not tremendous speed, but gets the outside edge. He gets that corner, he can get up the field, but he is a lot of running back to try to bring down, so Spiller did a good job getting him pushed out of bounds. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 here for the Vikings. Opat in motion. It's going to be a handoff to the front man, Baker. That's going to be a scrum there. I don't think he's going to pick up anything on that. Maybe a half a yard at best. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5 for the Vikings. Let's see what they elect to do right here. Play coming in from the sideline. Mustang defense hasn't given up much on the season. Looking for a hold right here. Heitschmidt under center. Opat again, your motion man. Going to be a pitch out to stand ball on the outside edge. He's going to get to the corner, but we'll see where they mark it out of bounds. He's going to be real close to that first down. Initial contact there, I think, was made by Rankin and maybe eventually pushed out of bounds by. Yeah, it looks like he is going to get the first down on that. So stand ball getting just enough done over there to pick up the first down before he was finally pushed out of bounds by number 52, Nick Allen. So first set of downs for the Vikings here. Badly need a score to try to keep this close early on. 4.5 to go here in the first quarter. Of course, Mustang defense have only given up a few touchdowns on the season, let alone in a game. Vikings need one right here. Be a handoff to Baker, the front man. And again, just barely making it back to the line of scrimmage. Tough going right there for the fullback. Bringing up 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. So the Vikings are trying to mix it up, not basically having stand ball be every play, everything. Had multiple pass attempts. Did get away with a pass interference on one of the pass attempts for a 15-yard penalty. Baker's had 3 carries. Stand ball's had 4. Heitschmidt's even kept it on one himself. Heitschmidt rolling out to his right, left-handed thrower. He's looking for number 16. Boy, nice hands right there by Dawson Rankin, knocking that out of the hands of number 16, Kyler Ringel-Crooms there right at the last second. Tough play for Heitschmidt. Left-handed quarterback rolling out to his right side, having to throw across his body just a little bit. It's actually a pretty good ball. Rankin just came in there at the right time and knocked it free. Going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. Good job by our production team. Cody Lyman right there showing you the instant replays. Oh, and Cody Roach. Cody Lyman. Cody's here working with me in the booth. Opat, your motion man. It's going to be a handoff to Baker. And again, he is met at the line of scrimmage by a whole herd of Mustangs. I think he's going to actually end up losing one on that one. Mason Faith leading the charge on that for the Mustangs, all-league defensive lineman, senior leader for the Mustangs. I'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Vikings. Yeah, sound better all of a sudden. Yeah, Vikings 4th and 10. They're going to elect to go for it here. Heitschmidt back into shotgun. He's dropping back again. Left-hander. He's looking out to the right side. Not sure that pass was catchable. So turnover on downs for the Vikings. Mustangs taking back over on their own, or on the Viking 48-yard line. So no go for the Vikings on that 4th down attempt. Being forced into pass a little bit more often than they'd like probably. Mustangs out, ready to go quickly. Rankin, your motion man. Rosa's going to be scrambling out to the side. Gets his feet set. Just led his man a little bit too much. Looked like that was intended for Martini out there. Good pressure there by the Vikings on that one. Got in the backfield. Kind of mixed up the timing that Rosa tried to have set, but different set there for the Mustangs. And again, they're quickly back at it. Jordy Scott, the running back. Got Rankin and Martini to the top side. Looks like he got quick hitch out there to Martini. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. He did a good job right there just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. So quickly, 3rd and a long 10 here for the Mustangs. Got quads to the top side, low man the bottom side. Rosa back, coming on a blitz. He's going to have Perkins out there to the outside edge. That's going to be caught and good for a 1st down. Pick up about 13 yards there. To Jacob Perkins. Mustangs quickly getting back up into their set. 4 wide to the top, empty backfield. Rosa's looking. He's got a man right in the middle. Riker Zeller wide open. He finally sees him last second. Throws it right into the hands of Opat. Just sitting. So Rosa tried throwing off his back foot. Zeller was open there, but he ended up throwing it right into the chest of number 44, Jack Opat. So Vikings getting it back here. 1st and 10 on their own 40 with about 1:54 left to go in the 1st quarter. Miscue there by Rosa in the backfield. Didn't have many last week. Only had a handful of incompletions, no interceptions, 5 touchdowns. But yeah, that had his man open and just thrown off the back foot. Missed him. Heichman under center. Rolling out to his left. And got a collision there between Volberg and number 8 for the Vikings. That's Torrin Miller. So Vikings still trying to get a passing game going here. I think there are some questions from the sideline on pass interference or not on that. I think maybe they deemed it uncatchable. I kind of wondered about the collision myself. So again, Vikings coming back out. Heitschmidt under center. Hand off to Stanball. And he again is met by a whole host of Vikings or Mustangs there. Picking up about a yard on the play for Stanball. So Vikings know the running's going to be tough, trying to get their pass play going. Again, only connected on about 33% of their passes coming into tonight's game. Not terribly efficient. And again, we talked about Torrin Miller is really the only deep threat they have. We got McPherson over Abilene 7-0 at the end of the first. Oh, we got a deep throw right here. Carson Taburin was camped out on it. Carson Taburin with the interception. Getting the ball back for the Mustangs. Taburin, we said it all year, has been Johnny on the spot. Let's see, Andale leading Concordia 51-7 at the end of the third. I'm sure that's a running clock. Tigers lead 27-20 at half. Not sure what that really actually means to me. Is that Clay Center? Yeah. Clay Center is playing. Clay Center over Pratt. 27-20. Rosa back out there, hand off to Jordy Scott. He's going to make one move. He found himself a seam. He's going to pick up about 18, 19 yards. Sorry, let me check my math. 13 yards. 34 plus 13. Hand off again to Jordy Scott. Met right at the line of scrimmage. Managed to fall forward for about 2 more. Again, Mustangs quickly getting the play in. No huddle offense. Scott again in the backfield. Gavin Rosa is going to look out there. He's got Zeller streaking up the sideline. Zeller had to turn into a defender. Jack Opat was there ready to have another interception. Threw that ball short. So, as you can see right there, Riker Zeller really had to turn into a defender right there. Opat was ready to pick off his second interception of the game. Empty backfield for Rosa. Quick to the outside edge. Good play there by number 40. Boffman there getting his hand up into the passing lane, disrupting that pass. And a quick 3-and-out for the Mustangs. 7.6 seconds left to go here in the first. So they'll be coming out in punt formation. Eli Bell normally doing the punts for him this year. He's actually out tonight. High snap. Pendle gets it down, gets a nice roll off of that kick. It's going to roll down to about the 12-yard line. So Pendle did a good job handling that snap. Vikings will take over on about their own 12-yard line. This breaking the action is going to be brought to you by Little Apple Quality Homes. Here at the end of the first quarter. Little Apple Quality Homes is your source for manufactured modular and mobile homes. Little Apple Quality Homes is a leader in manufactured homes in Kansas, locally owned and operated in Manhattan. With a combined 55 years in the business, they are dedicated professionals that are ready to assist you with your new home. Little Apple Quality Homes carry Skyline, Schultz, and Clayton Homes, some of the best built and most respected names in the industry. Visit Little Apple Quality Homes today at littleapplequalityhomes.com. Also brought to you by AP Graphics. Finding the right teammate is critically important for your business. Those teammates take a load off your plate and make you and your business look that much better. One of those teammates is AP Graphics, formerly known as Advanced Promotions. The best screen printing and embroidery around. Polos, tees, uniforms, hats, and that's just the beginning. AP Graphics is that clutch teammate for so many reasons. Ask AP Graphics about hosting an online store for your team or business. AP Graphics, formerly Advanced Promotions, online at shopap.net or call 494-8282. That's AP Graphics. I'm going to step aside for just a second and let you just enjoy what is The Rock. Vikings taking over here. It's going to be handed off to Stanball. Second back through. He's going to barely make it back to the line of scrimmage again. Tough running. That'd be the 6th carry of the game, unofficially for about 14 yards for Stanball. As you can tell, we do have our press box window open, so you may occasionally hear some Rock Creek fans coming through. Height Schmidt under center, Baker and Stanball in the backfield. Hand off to Baker. Met at the line of scrimmage again. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Vikings here to start the second quarter. Play coming in for the sideline. Trying to get so much in tonight, we didn't even get a chance to talk about the routes to victory. Maybe in our next break in the action here, we'll bring those up so we can kind of key off of some of those, talk about those tonight. 3rd and 10 here for the Vikings. Heitschmidt. That ball's handed off to Stanball. He's going to try to make one move. That's about all he can get accomplished. He's only going to pick up about another yard on that play. Maybe 2 yards tops. And bring up about a 4th, and I'll say 8 for the Vikings. It looks like the punt team may be out. Heitschmidt back to punt for the Vikings. Nobody back deep for the Mustangs. See if they come after this one. Good snap. Heitschmidt's going to get the kick off, and again, nobody back there for the Mustangs. That's going to take a pretty good roll for the Vikings. Going to be down around about the Mustang 45-yard line. So while we got a little break here, let's go ahead and bring up those routes to victory if we have those handy. See if Mustangs will give us 30 seconds to talk about them. Routes to victory presented by Backroads Broadcasting, bringing the action home to you. Boop. And they're not going to give us much of a break, but we're going to try here anyways. Mustangs, they don't want to look ahead. They need to corral that run game. They've been doing a good job of it, and they need to mix up the offense. Quick flag right here for the Vikings. They need to establish that run game. They need to win in the trenches, and they need to pressure the quarterback. Well, dead ball encroachment on the Vikings. That's going to be – I will say that they have put good pressure on Rosa as a quarterback, but right now they are struggling winning the trenches, and they are struggling a little bit with the run game. Yeah, the officials got the message. We're in the middle of doing something. Throw a flag. Stop this play. Hand off to Scott to left side. Lost his footing just a little bit after only a pickup of a couple yards. This is normally where I make the comment where I'd like to see Scott move that ball into his other hand so he can actually use his free hand to stiff arm somebody as they're coming at him. But he's young. There's a chance for him to learn that later on. Hand off to Scott again. He's chugging. He's driving the lanes. He's going to pick up about another yard on the play. Going to be about long yard shy of the first down. Rosa, good hard snap right there. Going to get encroachment again on the Vikings. That's going to pick up first down. They got away with a couple of those last week against the Fighting Irish. Worked again this time. 5-yard penalty. Good enough for Mustang first down. So fresh set of downs. Rosa Scott in the backfield. Hand off to Scott. He found him a seam on that left side. Good leg drive there. He's going to pick up about 6 yards on the carry. Number 44, Opat for the Vikings in on the tackle. Opat and Baker, both running backs and defensive backs for the Vikings. They're in on a lot of plays. Good heads-up football players there for the Vikings. Rosa in the shotgun. Scott right behind. Be a handoff to Scott off to the right side. It's going to get up to about the 20-yard line, 30-yard line, just shy of it, but I think he's going to have enough for another first down. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play. So Mustangs slowing the offense down here just a little bit, going with some run plays, running some time off the clock. Fresh set of receiving crew in for the Mustangs again. Rosa kind of in that deep pistol. Hand off to Scott. He found a seam this time. He's going to chug forward. Late flag coming in. We'll see if there's going to be some kind of a face mask or maybe something on that, but he's going to pick up about a little over 5 yards on the play. So as we wait for the call from the head official here, it is going to be against the Vikings. It is going to be a face mask against the Vikings. So 5-yard run there by Jordy Scott. Another 5 yards on the penalty. That's going to be a first down. Mustangs are running before the chains are even set. They're going to call that one back. Officials were not even ready on the sideline, so that's going to be a no play. It's going to be an official stoppage. I was wondering over there, they were trying to get the chains set. Mustangs ready to go. First and 10 from the 19 here for the Mustangs. Jordy Scott in the backfield. Gavin Rosa, deep pistol set. Peter Martinez, your lone receiver to the bottom side of the field. Rosa slide out. Quick hitch out to Jordy Scott. He's out there on the outside edge before he's shoved out of bounds, but not before he picked up. Almost. Could be really close to see where they mark it here. Yeah, looks like it's going to be enough for first down, so about a 10-yard throw out there to Jordy Scott. Hand off to Scott to the left side. He found himself a seam. He just drives it in for the touchdown, 8-yard touchdown run. Jordy Scott, his second rushing touchdown of the night. That touchdown is brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. We'll take a look at that touchdown run here right after the extra point. Tate Smith, backup quarterback out there to hold the ball. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Good gracious, that's an extra point. Take another look right here at that run by Jordy Scott from 8 yards out. You can see he found a hole on the left side, just bulldozed right over the D-back right there. Got past Jack Opat. That's probably the last man that could actually get him stopped, but Scott wanted another touchdown. He got it, 8-yard touchdown run. Again, that touchdown brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. Running a business is tough. Keeping track of your books and payroll shouldn't be. Let Cheryl Franco with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping handle the numbers while you focus on what you do best. Give Cheryl, a Rock Creek alum, a call today at 785-506-4008 to schedule a consultation. Mustangs 23-0 here in the second quarter, 7:14 left to go. Stand ball back deep to receive for the Vikings. Pendle set to kick it away for the Mustangs. High kick heading towards stand ball. He's going to pick it up on about the 10-yard line. They're going to try to do a reverse to number 4. Andrew Lockard or Lachard. If you're a Viking listening in, let me know. Is it Lockard? Lachard? Is it French? Is it English? Is it something else? Vikings 1st and 10 on their own 19-yard line here. See what they run here for the offense. Tough going in the trenches and with the running game. We talked about how they had to get that running game established. Right now, struggling just a little bit. Heitschmidt under center. That's going to be a handoff to stand ball. He is met immediately by Meyer and Allen. Meyer and Allen both said no thank you. So that's going to be a loss on the play. Or I guess maybe he made it back to the line of scrimmage, but Good player on the outside edge there by the linebackers for the Mustangs. Heitschmidt under center. He's going to keep it himself. He's not going to find any place to run. Mason Faith's got him wrapped up, and the rest of the Mustangs come in to help finish it off. Mason Faith, good job staying home there, not getting caught up by the direction of the play. Again, if anything, maybe a loss of a yard, maybe a half a yard. We'll go with no gain on that for Heitschmidt on his second design carry of the game. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long 10 here for the Vikings. Heitschmidt again under center. Baker Stanball in the backfield. Heitschmidt back. He's looking to the right side. He's got a man. He got held up just enough by Dawson Rankin over there, trying to run right through him. Trying to see the number on that, see who that was intended for. Is that number 22? Kristen Rankin. Yeah, it looks like the punt team may be coming back out for the Vikings here on a long 4th and 11. They certainly don't want to turn it over right here for the Mustangs. So, again, nobody back deep for the Mustangs. Heitschmidt back to punt it away. Thank you, Heather Lockhard. Always like to make sure I get names pronounced right whenever we can. I appreciate the interaction with the fans listening in. Going to be about a 20-yard net punt there for the Vikings. Mustangs going to be taking over on Viking 40-yard line when they come back out here for their 5th possession of the game. Going to have a timeout on the field taken by the Vikings. That's their first timeout of the half. This timeout's going to be brought to you by WTC Communications. WTC has been a local leading-edge communication service provider in our area for over 100 years. WTC is headquartered in Wamego, Kansas, provides a full line of voice, internet, and video services to residential, governmental, educational, and commercial clients. With high-powered fiber and an ever-expanding network, WTC's dedication to advanced technologies and local communities makes them the perfect provider for any home or business. Visit WTC is backed by great customer service, 24-hour help desk, and their new MyWTC payment portal. Visit them at WTCKS.com or call 785-456-1000. WTC is here for you every step of the way. I think we'll have time for no more. Mustangs ready to get going here. First and 10 from the 40 for the Mustangs. Fake to Scott. Quick hitch out there to... Didn't catch the number. Riker Zeller finally saw a number on the back. Looks like Zeller is going to pick up about 15 on the play before he's finally pushed out of bounds. Mustangs did such a good job hiding that, couldn't even tell who it was to. Zeller had 2 touchdown receptions last week on senior night for the Mustangs. Here's a handoff to Scott. He's going to cut it right back up the middle. He found himself a little bit of a seam, maybe pick up about 6 yards on the play. Jordy Scott right now here in the first half, looking like unofficially about 74 yards rushing already. Rosa back, good pressure on the outside edge. He had to get it out there. Did he get that catch in? Great catch by Dawson Rankin right there, right at the edge. Got his foot in. Pickup of about 13 yards on the play. Or if I could do math. Yeah, they'll say 12 yards. I like 13 better. Can't wait to watch that on replay as I was looking down, writing down stats on the last play. Watch at home. Rosa back. Oh, it's just a crossing pattern right over the middle to Rankin. Good job by the offensive line there, selling it. He was wide. I think I could have scored on that if I could have caught it. It would have blew out a hamstring on my way, but I could have made it. Pendle set the kick. Tate Smith with the hold. Pendle's kick is up, and it looks like it is good. So 12-yard reception there. Back-to-back 12-yard receptions for Rankin. Great catch right on the outside edge. Got his foot in bounds. We was watching that replay. The Mustangs quickly lined up, and a quick kick crossing pattern to Rankin, and he basically walked right into the end zone. Mustangs take a 30-0 lead. A touchdown brought to you by Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping. Running a business is tough. Keeping track of your books and payroll shouldn't be. Let Cheryl Franco with Sunflower Consulting and Bookkeeping handle the numbers while you focus on what you do best. Give Cheryl, a Rock Creek alum, a call today at 785-506-4008 to schedule a consultation. So thank you for all your support, Cheryl. We appreciate it. So back for the Vikings. Lockhart and Stambaugh. Pendle set to kick it away. Again, Heather, thank you again for confirming the pronunciation of Lockhart's name. That kick is going to head towards Stambaugh. He's going to receive that on about the 6th. Fake return. He's going to run into a wall of Mustangs at about the 19-yard line. So tough running right now tonight for the Vikings thus far. Unofficially, and what I have, Stambaugh has 8 carries for 15 yards. Baker has 5 carries for 4 yards. Opat, no carries officially as of right now. Heitschmidt, 2 carries for -5 yards. No complete passes that I have on record, 0 for 6 right now. One interception, 1 pass interference. Opat, your motion man. Heitschmidt's going to hand that off to Baker. Baker found a little bit of room that time. Fell forward for about a 4, we'll give him 5-yard gain on that. So just missed a big one right there. Got tripped up just a little bit as he's through, made it through the initial line of scrimmage through the linebackers. Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. Heitschmidt under center. Mustangs shifting around just a little bit. That's going to be a handoff to Stambaugh to the right side. Flag's going to come in late. Stambaugh fell forward maybe about half a yard. We'll see what the penalty is here. Good sportsman there between Spiller and Stambaugh. So we wait and see what the call is here. In case you didn't hear the other 3 people in and around me, it was a chop block. So 10-yard penalty, going to make it at 2nd and about 15 for the Vikings. That's the 5th Viking penalty for about 30 yards so far on the night.
there's sign in there, but it's all just like let's go and stuff like that. No, I'm not missing anything.
Heitschmidt under center for the Vikings. Pat, your motion man. Heitschmidt's going to keep it. He's going to roll out to his right side. He's looking for number 22. That's Kristen Ryan. Just out of his reach. That is Christian. Let me fix my letter right there for everybody. Thank you for... It's going to bring up a long 3rd and 15 here for the Vikings. 22, Christian Ryan. Makes way more sense. I apologize to the Ryan family. Heitschmidt under center. Pat, your motion man. Pitch out there to Stanball. He's trying to get to the outside edge. He had a lead blocker there by Baker. Baker had a good lead blocker, but coming out from the backside, he was chased down from behind. I think Tristan Meyer chased him down from the backside to make that tackle after a only gain of about maybe a yard. I need to get used to looking at the monitors up here by myself so I can watch replays and talk about it as well. Get so caught up in the play-by-play. Heitschmidt back to punt for the Vikings. Nobody back to receive for the Mustangs. Going to take a bit of a Viking roll here, but it's still not going to make it past midfield. Mustangs are going to come back out, take over on about the 48-yard line of the the Vikings. Let's see what else we got going on here. McPherson leading Abilene 21-14. Is that McPherson? Mac. Andel, that's still just latest update, 51-70 into the third. Again, we'll keep an eye on the Holcomb-Marysville game. Winner of that game will have winner of this game. Rankin streaking down the right side. He's got Perkins over there to the left side all alone. He's going to make the catch. Pickup of about 12 yards and a first down over there for Perkins. Mustangs will keep taking those 12-yard passes all day, every day. Empty backfield for Rosa. Martini and Riker Zeller there with the pass driven out of bounds, but after a pickup of about 5 yards on the play. Again, Mustangs in a quick hurry-up lineup. Pendle in at receiver. Also coming in at receiver, that's going to be number 17, Luke Skinner. Empty backfield. Perkins, your motion man. Fake handoff Perkins. Rosa's going to keep it. He's going to head right up the middle. He's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of running a quarterback at this point in time. You got one of them that's out. You got a freshman right now as a backup. You got a good running back in Jordy Scott. I'd be fine just handing it off, but Rosa out there to the outside edge. Looks like Skinner's going to make the catch. Pickup of about 5 yards and a first down for Skinner. Again, Mustangs hurrying up before I can look at anything or write anything down. Rosa empty backfield. He's got a man across the middle. He's going to go over to the outside edge. That's going to be over Bindle's head. So Mustangs been running no back sets. Actually, that was a good ball. Good idea out there. Pendle had his man beat, just kind of overthrew him just a little bit. Jordy Scott back in the backfield for the Mustangs. Rankin and Martini the outside. Well, we're going to get an offsides. We're going to make it worth it there. I'm going to go with offsides on number 77. So 5-yard penalty on the Vikings. That'll bring up 2nd and 5. So I'm going to go with another encroachment. Try not to listen to the heckle and jekyll in here. Mustangs will have a first down. They're going to go with personal foul. So on top of that, so half distance to the goal. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs on, looks like the 5-yard line. Scott may have picked up a run, maybe a yard on the run. Second goal from the 4-yard line for the Mustangs. Oh, Scott just slips down. Second slip of the night for Scott. Going to lose a yard on that one. Hopefully he didn't twist an ankle or anything there. Coming off the sideline. Empty backfield for Rosa. Look for a quick slant right here to Jackson Pendle. Instead, it's going to be a out pattern to Jacob Perkins. 4-yard touchdown for Perkins. 3rd touchdown pass of the night for Gavin Rosa here in the first half. Good for another Mustang touchdown. Pendle out to kick the extra point. Of course, with Mac Lee out, all kicking duties have been handed off to Jackson Pendle. Tate Smith, the holder, gets it, puts it down. Pendle's kick is up, and it's good. That'll extend the Mustang lead, 37-0 here, 46.7 left to go here in the first half. This quick break in the action is going to be brought to you by, we're getting a look at the replay right there. Yeah, we'll do a quick break in the action. Let's go to Outdoor Bank.
Hey, I'm Avery Johnson, quarterback for the K-State Wildcats. With the current climate of NIL and college sports, it's extremely important to have a banking partner you relate to. Outdoor Bank has some of the same interests that I do as a 19-year-old college student. The modern conveniences and personalized service allows me to focus on the things I do best. They're going out of their way to make it more like in style and more appealing for people of my age.
Josh Wilsham, where are you at? Can you get here? Could always use somebody to get a break in the action here. 46.7 left to go here in the first half. Mustangs lead 37-0. Pendle set to kick it away. Stand ball. Back to receive it. And he's just going to have to take it himself. The Mustangs coming in. Looks like he's going to get up to about the 21-yard line. So not much time here for the Vikings to work here. They did defer, so they will get the ball to start the second half. So Mustang defense trying to hold right here for the next 40.3, get into halftime with the lead, knowing that the Vikings will have the ball coming back out in the second half. So we'll see if the Vikings try some additional pass plays right now. They've been unsuccessful on the night, 0 for 7 from what I have. Of course, that's unofficial, folks. Take it for what it's worth. 3-back set, wishbone set. Height Schmidt, looks like that may have been handed off to, couldn't see if that was Opat or Baker that got that. Looks like that was Opat. Going to pick up about a yard on the play. That's his first official carry of the night. Sorry, first unofficial carry. I just said I wasn't an official scorekeeper. Now I'm trying to make up stuff. Clock running. Vikings may be content just to let this one run out and head into halftime. Yeah, now it looks like that's what's going to happen. So Rock Creek Mustangs will be heading into halftime here. Week 9, first round of the 3A state playoffs, leading the Smoky Valley Vikings 37-0. We will take a little bit of a break. We'll leave the cameras on, let you watch the dance team. We may have to mute it for copyright infringements on the music. So if you see a video, no audio, don't freak out. You're not losing your hearing. It's just copyright. But we'll be back here in about 10-15 minutes. We'll get some scores from around the area. I'll get some stats and highlight updates, and we'll get you informed on what happened here in the first half and what's going on around the state. So stay tuned here with us on Backroads Broadcasting. Again, I'm Judd McCormick. We'll step aside for now, but we'll be RB. Welcome, everybody, back to Backroads Broadcasting. Judd McCormick here with you. Halftime of the Smoky Valley Vikings, Rock Creek Mustangs. Got a little bit of first half recap for you here with some stats. Jordy Scott leading the rushing for the Mustangs. He's got 12 carries for 74 yards. He does have 2 touchdowns here in the first half. Gavin Rosa at quarterbacks, 15 for 21 with 165 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Those touchdown passes were 7-yarder to Peter Martini, 12-yarder to Dawson Rankin, and a 4-yarder to Jacob Perkins there right towards the end of the first half. So again, Mustangs so far reaching out to 7 different receivers. Riker Zeller's got 2 catches for 20 yards. Peter Martini's got 2 catches for 7. Dawson Rankin, 3 catches for 35 yards. Jackson Pendle, 1 catch, 22 yards. Jacob Perkins, 5 catches, 64 yards again, and that touchdown. Jordy Scott's got a catch for 10 yards, and Luke Skinner has a catch for 5 yards. Mustangs only 1 penalty in the first half. It was a pass interference, 15-yard penalty. On the Smoky Valley side, leading rusher is going to be number 33, Gavin Stanball. He's got 9 carries, 17 yards. Number 6, Ezekiel Baker. He's got 6 carries for 9 yards. Jack Opat, 1 carry, 1 yard. Ty Heitschmidt, 2 carries, -5 yards. He's got 7 attempts passing as well. I have no recorded completions. He's had attempts towards number 8, Torrin Miller, number 22, Christian Ryan, and number 44, Jack Opat. No completions thus far. Smoky Valley does have 8 penalties here in the first half for 55 yards. So, tough going right now for the Vikings. We talked about how they had to establish their run game and that routes to victory. They have not been able to do that, nor they've been really able to establish that line of scrimmage either way. They did get good pressure on Gavin Rosa at times in the first quarter, forced a couple incomplete passes as well as the interception. They've kind of tuned that back down and got that back under control, bringing Jordy Scott back in, doing a traditional running. And we want to give a couple shout-outs. We want to thank Donna Scott and Cheryl Sieben, both donating to Backroads Broadcasting a few weeks ago. Didn't get a chance to thank you, but Donna Scott, Cheryl Sieben, thank you for that. We're going to bring the bracket back up. Wow, tough one. So here we can see just on the west side, we got Andell's the 1 seed. They're playing Concordia. They won tonight, 51-7. That game is done. We're still waiting for a final on Clay Center Pratt. Collegiate did not upset. They basically destroyed Colby, 62-0. That game is final. Looking for a Cheney Trinity Academy. Of course, right here, Rock Creek, Smoky Valley, 37-0. Rock Creek. Holcomb, they pick up the win over Marysville, 12-7. So looks like the Mustangs, right now, if they can hold on, will host Holcomb next week. Scott Community Clearwater looking for a score there, and Heston Goodland right now. That is at halftime. Heston leading 22-20. So we'll keep an eye out on some of these other scores in and around the area. McPherson's beating Abilene 21-14, and I think right now Lewisburg and the number 2 seed and the 15 seed Shawnee Mission Bishop Miege is tied. Not too shocking if you're familiar with who Bishop Miege is. Often a 4A winner. Often not very highly ranked going in because of the schools that they play out in their area. So we're getting ready to start here the second half. Again, Vikings won the toss, elected to defer to the second half, so they will have the ball here to start the second half. Lacard and Stanball back to receive for the Vikings. Pendle kicking it away for the Mustangs, and we are off and going here in the second half football here at the Rock. Stanball with it, reverses it to Lockhart, and he's going to, just barely making the tackle right there. Lockhart almost made it through the scrum there, but tackled last second there. Looked like a saving tackle by, I'm not sure who was in on that. Maybe that was possibly number 12, Eric Tim on that. Mustang defense trying to pitch another shutout on the season. Heitschmidt under center. He's going to drop back. Quick over the middle toss. That is over the head. They're going to end up calling, looks like a pass interference possibly there on Rankin. That was intended for number 8, Torrin Miller of the Vikings. That indeed will be the call, pass interference on the Mustangs. Automatic first down. Take a look at that again. Looked like a pretty uncatchable pass. They ran into each other. I'm not really sure where it is, but we have the luxury of replay tonight. Heitschmidt under center. It's going to be a quick handoff to Baker, the front back, the fullback. Going to pick up about a yard on the play. So no completed passes yet, but 2 pass interference, so basically good for about 30 yards worth of completions. Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Backroads Broadcasting. I'm Judd McCormick, flying solo, unless Josh Wilson wants to quickly get here and join me. Heitschmidt under center. Pat, your motion man. It's going to be a quick handoff to Baker. He's going to pick up about 5 yards before he's finally brought down. Maybe 4 yards there. Waiting for the play to come in from the sideline for the Vikings. 3rd and 4 here on the 43-yard line. .43, 44, and more 44. Fake pitch. That's going to be a handoff to Stanbaugh. He is met right at the line of scrimmage. He probably only picked up a few inches on that play. Good read there by the Mustangs. Looks like that was led by maybe Tristan Meyer there, number 34. Fourth down for the Vikings. See if they look to punt this away. Heitschmidt back to punt for the Vikings. Nobody back for the Mustangs to receive. And again, that'll take a pretty decent Viking roll. Mustangs going to come out, start their first possession in the second half here from about the 15-yard line. I would try to go to a break, but I don't think the Mustangs will give me enough time to put one in. They'll come back out. Single back set. Jordy Scott's in the backfield with Gavin Rosa. Got Martini and Riker split out to the bottom side. Quick handoff to Scott. Nowhere to go. Good penetration there by the Viking defense. He manages to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe even pick up a yard on the play. Maybe picks up 2. Looked like the Vikings had him tackled for a loss, but good job by Scott to get back up to the line of scrimmage and fall forward for a couple more yards. Scott back in there again. Rosa in the backfield in the shotgun. Rankin in motion. Throw back to Scott. He's got a screen set up there on the outside edge, but he's only going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Looked like they were possibly set up for more, but Vikings shut it down before it could fully develop. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 4 yards for the Mustangs. Try to do the Hard count, get an offsides again here. Didn't work that time. Scott's going to split out. Looks like halftime Chapman leading Nickerson 16-0. That's a non-playoff game, just playing for fun. Riker Zeller there, the pass on the outside edge, going to be complete for a Mustang first down. Going to pick up about 5 yards on that pass. So I guess that's why they call it Week 9. Even the teams that don't get a chance to play in the playoffs are still playing each other. I was actually unaware of that. Receiver screen to the outside edge over there. Looks like Perkins. Pickup of about, oh, math. I hate math. 35 yards for Perkins. So Perkins just set out there in a wide receiver screen. Faith comes over, gets the block, widens it open. Makes the first guy and the second guy move, and eventually he's pushed out of bounds by Stanbaugh. 35-yard pickup there for Perkins. Hand off to Jordy Scott. He is absolutely swallowed up on that one. Looks like a loss of about 2, but we do have a flag on the play. Personal foul, face mask against the Vikings, so 15-yard penalty. So that's the 9th penalty on the Vikings for 70 yards. Actually, a few plays ago, you may have been watching there, kind of an inadvertent face mask earlier that didn't get called. A lot of high tackles, kind of leave yourself open to that. So fake handoff, toss out to Rankin, and he just drops the ball. Looked like he was ready to run before he had it. Yeah, so Chapman and Nickerson are both basically the 5 seeds out of the division, so they give them an extra week to play so they can get a 9th game in. So nobody's usually paying attention to those type of games, and it may have just been something they agreed to do themselves. Jordy Scott with the handoff to the left side. Found himself a seam, going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Getting close to 80 yards rushing for Jordy Scott on the game. Mustangs slowing down the offense here just a little bit. They were full on rush mode in the first quarter, most of the second quarter. Had a couple 3 and outs, just turned the ball back over pretty quickly. With no time coming off the clock, decided to slow it down just a little bit here. Rosa with a handoff to Scott. Makes the first man miss, makes the second man miss. He's out to the outside edge. He's got the first down. He's got the edge. He is in for a touchdown. We're looking to see on that sideline if he goes out of bounds. He did not. Looks like a 25-yard run and touchdown for Jordy Scott. His 3rd of the game. And that'll unofficially put him over 100 yards in the game as well. So great job there by Jordy Scott. Made a couple guys miss, got to the outside edge, ran right along the outside edge. 25-yard scamper for a touchdown. I'm guessing maybe we'll take a look at that after the extra point. Smith the holder, Pendle set to kick the extra point. And that is up and good. That'll put the Mustangs up 44-0 here. 6:47 left to go the third. We'll take a look at that run again. Say Jordy Scott was met right there. Made the second guy miss, made the 3rd and 4th guy miss, got to the outside edge. Baker just couldn't quite get it, got a block downfield by Riker Zeller, and that was all he needed to spring him in for a 25-yard touchdown run. Good job there by the Mustangs on the blocking. Good run by Jordy Scott. 44-0 Mustangs. So that was a good point, Josh. I was kind of surprised as well after getting that touchdown, not going for the 2-point conversion to get the running clock here going. But as it may be, running clock starts at 45-point lead. Mustangs sitting with a 44-0 lead right now. Eight-man football, 45-point mercy rule. Basically, team goes up by 45, game is done. But here at 11-man, they go with the running clock. Pendle set to kick away to stand ball, and Locker, that's going to go right in between them, into the end zone, touchback. Vikings will be starting at their own 20. We'll keep this breaking the action brought to you by Faith Furniture. Sponsoring by Faith Furniture, serving and supporting Manhattan and the surrounding community since 1952. Locally owned and operated by the Faith family, they take pride in their value selection, knowledge, and the family experience they share with all of their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by and save at Faith, located at 302 East Points in Manhattan, Kansas. When it comes to buying new furniture, you've got to have faith. Vikings back in action here. Height Schmidt under center. Opat, your motion man. Looks like a handoff to Baker, the front man, the fullback. Going to pick up about a yard before he's taken down by the Mustangs. Mason Faith leading the charge there for the Mustangs. Have that down as a 9th carry for Baker for about 15 yards on the evening. So talking about the routes to victory early on, Mustangs wanted to control the run game. So far they've done that. Passing game, really take out pass interference has been non-existent for the Vikings thus far. Height Schmidt, that's going to be handoff to, look like maybe Opat. Saw 4. Maybe it was 44. So Opat with the carry. Beat it basically back to about the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 6. I guess they have to get a few yards in there. Can't say one got 1 yard and one got no yards and haven't gained 4. Telling you, folks. Carson Buren coming in for the sack again. Mr. Everywhere safety right there. With the sack that's going to lead to about a 7-8 yard loss. So Taburin and multiple interceptions on the season, multiple sacks on the season. One of the team leaders in tackles. He's been everywhere this year. It's going to bring up a 4th and long, 4th and 13 for the Vikings. They're going to be looking to punt this one away. Again, Height Schmidt back to punt. Nobody back to receive for the Mustangs. Good kick. That should get a pretty good bounce for the Vikings. Going to roll to about the Mustang 47-yard line where the Mustangs will take over here with a little over 4:20 to play in the game. This break's going to be brought to you by Taussig Landscape. Some of your family's best memories may be made during the holidays, food, parties, time with the family, and driving around looking at Christmas lights. If you've ever been down a street and seen a beautiful Christmas light display and want one just like it, well, look no further than Taussig Landscape. They're your holiday lighting experts. Building beautiful professional holiday lighting is made simple with Taussig Landscape. Keep your holiday memories happy and take the aches, pains, and stress out of it. Taussig Landscape will make your holidays beautiful and stress-free. There's a handoff to Jordy Scott. He's going to go on the right side. He's going to keep pushing. It looks like the ball came out. It's going to be a fumble. After about a 5-yard gain, Jordy Scott with the fumble. And Vikings going to end up picking that up. So helmet right there by Opat, right on the ball, right on the arm. Just knocking it loose, getting recovered right there by Stanball. So right place, right time. Good play by Opat. Stanball on it. Anyways, call Tossic Landscape today at 785-564-1727 for your free holiday lighting quote. Tossic Landscape, enriching lives through the outdoors. Heitschmidt's going to hand it off to Baker, the front man, the fullback. He's going to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Derek, if you're listening, I apologize. Mustangs just start their offense too quick for me to get stuff in sometimes. High formation for the Vikings. Schmidt under center. He's going to drop back, looking for a quick pass to the outside edge. They're going to end up calling a pass interference, I think, right there on Snyder possibly. May have had his arm wrapped around Ryan. And that's what we're going to get. Take another look at that here. Yeah, so it looks like he just got his arm wrapped around him, held him up just enough is what the officials think. So pass interference on Snyder there. Wishbone formation. Schmidt's going to hand it off to Opat. He found himself a bit of a seam. Picked up about, we'll give him 5 yards on the carry. Now they're going to back it up just a little bit, 4 yards on the carry. Make it about 2nd and 6 here for the Vikings in Mustang territory. Heitschmidt back to pass, rolling out to his left side. He's got a man wide open. That was number 8, Torrin Miller. He's their deep threat. And he just overthrew him. So had the play they wanted, had the man open deep. We've seen this in the past. Mustangs focus so much on the run sometimes. Corners give up on the play just a little bit too soon before the receivers. And they get behind the D-backs. Caught a break right there for the Mustangs. Wishbone formation for the Vikings. Heitschmidt under center. That's going to be handoff to the third back. That is stand ball. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on the run. Can bring up about 4th and 4 here for the Vikings. Good job by our production team providing these replays all night. I don't talk about many of them as I'm writing down the play and the stats so I can try to keep track of what's going on, but we appreciate everybody being patient. Again, Vikings back in the wishbone formation here. Going to have a timeout called by Smoky Valley. That'll be their first timeout of the second half. They'll have 2 left. Looks like Clay Center pulling out the win. Again, trying to remember who they were playing against. So Clay Center Tigers over the Pratt Greenbacks, 41-40. So I believe that game was actually played in Clay Center as well. I believe they were the top seed of that game. So this timeout's going to be brought to you by Little Apple Quality Homes. Here real quick. Little Apple Quality Homes is your source for manufactured modular and mobile homes. Little Apple Quality Homes is a leader in manufactured homes in Kansas, locally owned and operated in Manhattan. With a combined 55 years in the business, they are dedicated professionals that are ready to assist you with your new home. Little Apple Quality Home carries Skyline, Schultz, Clayton Homes, some of the best built and most respected names in the industry. If you want to get a new home, visit Little Apple Homes today at littleapplequalityhomes.com. So we mentioned it earlier, Holcomb ended up winning over Marysville 12-7, so they will be the regional opponent of the Mustangs as the Mustangs hold on here. 2:07 left to go in the third quarter, leading 44-0. Vikings, Heitschmidt rolling out to his right side. Left-hand thrower trying to come back over left side. Rankin knocks that out of the hands right before it gets to Miller. Good defense there by Dawson Rankin. 4 and out there for the Vikings. Mustangs going to be taken over on about the 35-yard line. Vikings in 4-down territory for sure. Had to go for it. Tough roll out there to the right side for Heitschmidt as a left-handed thrower is looking for his man Miller. Rankin just knocking it down at the last second. Looks like we got a new quarterback in for the Mustangs. Tate Smith's going to be taking over. Rolling out to his left side. He's going to lob a pass just over Pendle's head. So Pendle, a freshman quarterback, in for Gavin Rosa. Game pretty well in hand right now, trying to get some other players in. 44-0 lead here for the Mustangs. Scott in the backfield with Smith. Hand off to Scott. He's got a seam over there on the left side. Good play there by Opat to take him down after a gain of about 4 yards, if not. Scott may have the first down and more, so Opat with a saving tackle right there. Jordy Scott, I believe, up over 100 yards unofficially, according to what I have. Smith quarterback, shotgun. Good hard count there. Going to draw the defense offside. Going to get another 5 yards here. That is the 10th penalty on the Vikings, according to what I have on the evening. Third and a yard for the Mustangs. And it looks like Jordy Scott's going to pick up about 2 yards and the first down on the carry. So Mustangs looking to put one more score up, just get a continuous clock maybe, but only a minute left to go here in the third. They're going to slow it way down, probably try to keep the ball on the ground as much as possible. Right as I say that, there's a throw to Pendle, the outside edge. He's picked up about 7 yards. He's going to pick up about 8 yards before he's tackled right at the 45-yard line. So 2nd and 2, it's probably going to be, see if the Mustangs get another playoff here. Only about 17 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And they do. Hand off Jordy Scott. He is going to be tackled just shy of the original line of scrimmage. He's going to lose about a half a yard on the play. So that's the end of the third quarter. Mustangs leading 44-0 here at the Rock, trying to get past week 9 and move on to the regional round. This break in the action is going to be brought to you by Faith Furniture. Faith Furniture serving and supporting the Manhattan and surrounding communities since 1952. Locally owned and operated by the Faith family, they take pride in their value, selection, knowledge, and the family experience that they share with all their customers. If you're looking for a full arrangement of quality name brand furniture for your living room, dining room, bedroom, or office, Faith Furniture has what you're looking for. With a full lineup of furniture and mattresses in stock for pickup or delivery, stop by and save at Faith Furniture, located at 302 East Points Avenue in Manhattan, Kansas. When it comes to buying new furniture, you've got to have faith. Also brought to you by Tossic Landscape. We'll make sure we get this one in this time. Some of your family's best memories may be made during the holidays. Food, parties, time with the family, and driving around looking at Christmas lights. If you've ever been down the street and seen a beautiful Christmas light display and one just like it, well, look no further than Tossic Landscape. Tossic Landscape is your holiday lighting experts. Beautiful and professional holiday lighting is made simple with the Tossic Landscape way. Keep your holiday memories happy and take those aches and pains and stress out of it. Tossic Landscape will make your holidays beautiful and stress-free. Call Tossic Landscape today at 785-564-1727 for your free holiday lighting estimate. Tossic Landscape, enriching lives to the outdoors. Looks like Wamego won 28-8 tonight over Independence. Oh, wait, that's at half? And it's probably close to being done. 28-8, Wamego over Independence. That was at halftime. That was about 40 minutes ago or so. Scott lose about a half yard on that play. Mustangs looking to punt this one away. Pendle, assuming kicking duties tonight, Eli Bell out. Looks like Lockard's back for the Vikings. Pendle kicks that one off the side of his foot. It looks like it's going to go out around the Viking 28, 29-yard line. Just goes to show you, folks, just because you can kick a ball doesn't necessarily mean you can punt the ball. It's a different skill set. You're not used to doing it. But no loss, no foul. Vikings taking over here at their own 28. 11-17 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Coming out in the wishbone formation. Heitschmidt under center. Looks like that handoff's going to be to Stambaugh. Made it basically back to the line of scrimmage. 12th carry of the night, sitting at around 21 yards. Again, we talked about it before the game, folks. Stambaugh, 1,000-yard rusher on the season for the Vikings. I believe it's something like 1,114 yards or so. Trying to remember exactly what that stat was. Yeah, 1,114 yards. So Mustangs keeping a 1,000-yard rusher in check. Again, in the wishbone. Going to roll out to his left side. That pass is intended for Opat, but broken up right at the last second there. Looked like number 35, Cooper Sieben, right there, diving and breaking that up, preventing Opat from receiving the ball. So, again, that's going to bring up a, I'll say 3rd and 10, but a long 3rd and 9. So you got to think that going to be looking downfield to number 8, Miller, see if they can get another pass interference call from the Mustangs, which has been one of the most successful plays of the night. Mustangs trying to get out of this, don't want any injuries. Already know who their next opponent's going to be. Very close game tonight between Holcomb and Marysville. Long trip from Marysville down to Holcomb. I believe it was a 5-hour drive. Fake handoff. Heitschmidt's going to roll out to his left side. He's got Miller down there. That's an actual pitch and catch. Going to be about a 15-yard pickup there on the first completion of the night. Good job there by the Vikings. Heitschmidt rolling out. Just slinging it out there. Miller going up. Pretty good coverage there by the Mustangs. Just dropped it in the middle of 3 of them. But good enough for the first down for the Vikings. First completion of the night. They hand off to Opat. Opat's going to pick up about a half a yard before being greeted by a host of Mustangs. So 2nd and 9 here for the Vikings. Dwayne Jones again, watching from Grand Lake. Oklahoma, yeah. Let me finish that thought. Heitschmidt rolling out to his left. He's got Miller out to the outside edge. That's going to be picked off by Tristan Meyer. He's got nobody in front of him. He had one guy to beat. He is still on his feet. He is down to the 5. He's got a host of Mustangs leading the way. Touchdown. Tristan Meyer with a pick 6 from about the 45-yard line. We'll take another look at that as soon as we're done with the extra point here. Actually, it looked like, we can see on the replay, we'll try to look to see, it looked like Heitschmidt actually had Miller open and tried to go to a front man. Meyer jumped right in front. Only had one man to beat. But we'll take a look here just a second. Smith set the hold for Pendle. High snap, but he gets it down. Pendle gets the kick away, and it's going to be up and good. Give the Mustangs a 51-0 lead. We'll take another look at that. Pick 6 right here. So they're in wishbone formation. Heitschmidt was rolling out to his left. Looked like he was trying to go to Opat there. Again, Meyer only one person to beat. Got past, oh, it wasn't Opat. Opat almost came back in to make the tackle. Looks like that was intended for maybe 43. Probably take me an hour to find that number, the way the schedule or the program's set up.
Yeah, it's 43. No, 40.
Oh, intended for 40.
Yep.
That would be Boffman. Meyer just jumped in front and took it. Thanks to the protection crew there, rolling through the replay. Help me with that number. So we'll have a rolling clock here after the kickoff. Once the Vikings take their first snap. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on Backroads Broadcasting, both on YouTube and Facebook. We appreciate all the support we've had all season long. If you're a Viking fan joining us, we appreciate it. High kick going to be taken by Lockard. He's going to reverse it to stand ball. He's going to be, looks like the ball's loose on the ground. Like Vikings ended up with it. I thought the ball was down on the ground. Maybe I missed something. Nope. Production booth says, you're dumb, Judd. 10-4. 8.5 here left to go in the ball game. 51-0 Mustangs. Vikings wanting to get on the board here. Well, thank you, Mr. Wilson. Scott City 27, Clearwater 7. Opat, your motion man. Pitch out to stand ball, trying to get to the outside edge. He is about met out there on the corner. Luke Skinner out there on the defense, taking him down, but not after gain of about 6 on the play for stand ball. Power I, wing set. Opat's probably going to be your motion man here. And he goes in motion. Drop back, hand off to stand ball. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Rottinghouse with the tackle. Stand ball is going to basically just get back to the line of scrimmage on that. Bring it up 3rd and 4th here for the Vikings. Again, Smoky Valley based out of Lindsborg. We have not done the brain teaser. We'll go ahead and do the brain teaser at the next dead ball situation here. Shortstop bandit brain teaser. Power eye, wing back, Opat. Sweep out there to stand ball, trying to get to the outside edge, trying to cut it back. He had nowhere to go. Got a flag down in the backfield. Stand ball picked up about 4 or 5 on it, right at the first down marker, but we'll see what the flag is here. This play may be coming back. Have holding on the Vikings, so this play will not stand. If it's from the spot of the foul, going to end up losing about 5 yards, may bring up about a 3rd and 11. Make that about 3rd and 13. 10 and 14, I guess that's a 10-yard penalty. Educate me, Josh. You can tell me. We're going to do the bandit brain teaser right quick. Shortstop bandit brain teaser. Wherever you're going or how far you got to go, you always got time for a shortstop. What is the team record for the most passing yards in a single 11-man high school season? Bring that up because of the pass attack the Mustangs have reestablished. Heitschmidt's handoff to Stanball. He found some running room this time. He's still on his feet. He's up and going. He's down the sideline. He's at the 40, 45, 50. He's across midfield. He's to the Mustang 30 to 20. One man to beat. And he did not get him. Stanball is going to be in. Initially for a touchdown. 86-yard scramble there. So Stanball been in check all night. Hadn't really had a chance to get to the corner. We saw if he got to the corner he could break one, and there he did. 86 yards for pay dirt for Stanball. That'll get him up over 100 for the game. And more importantly, got the Vikings on the board. They're here late in the 4th quarter. We'll take another look at that here after the extra point, and we'll also get to the answer for the bandit brain teaser. Glad we got that in and out before that run by Stanball. 2-point conversion. Heitschmidt's going to keep it. He's going to dive in. I think he's going to get there. He does. So we'll take another look at that. So Stanball on the right side. So he just kind of missed a tackle right there. And then the race was on. Deceptive speed by Stanball going up the sideline. Snyder tried to get him right there at the end, but yeah, 86 yards. Big man covered ground much quicker than they were expecting, but good run there by Stanball and the Vikings. 86 yards to pay dirt. Get the Vikings on the board. All right, we got this break. Let's go ahead and take it. I guess we don't have the answers out on the brain teasers anymore, do we? We'll throw that question back up there right quick for everybody. Mustang pass attack's been coming back alive last couple weeks. We wanted to talk about it. What is the team record for most passing yards in a single 11-man high school season? Got to point out the fact that it's 11-man high school because there are 8-man high school, and Kensington Goldbug years ago had a quarterback that slung it all over the place, but that was 4,233 yards is the record. That was set in 2011 by Sunrise Christian Academy. And just to put that in perspective for Mustang fans, 2022 Dalton Whitworth had just over 3,000 yards. I believe the Mustangs as a team had somewhere around 3,400 yards that season, and that was one of the most prolific passing attacks that we've seen here at Rock Creek in some time. Yeah, I think we're going to see an onside kick. If Isaiah was here, he'd say, what's the over-under on an onside? I'd say it's good. So hands team in for the Mustangs. Jordy Scott's just going to down it there at the 30-yard line for the Mustangs. Again, continuous running clock, 2 minutes left to go in this one, 51-8. Makes me wonder if the continuous running clock should be continuously running still. Yeah, I don't know if it still should be. That was my point. Again, math.
I think once it starts.
Once you got it, you got it. Minute and a half left to go in the game. Mustangs 51-8 over Smoky Valley Vikings. Both tried to be Mustangs there. So, good idea. Late pull out there from Bell. Looked like it was going to be a handoff, and Smith pulled it out, and a toss out there to Perkins on the outside edge. So a minute left to go here in this one. Mustangs will be hosting Holcomb next week as they pulled off their win tonight against Marysville. 12-7 was the final of that game. So again, the clock continues to click down. So good run there by Gavin Stambaugh for the Vikings there. In their last possession, going 86 yards for a touchdown, putting himself over 113 yards for the game. Completely kept in check the entire game, just needed one, and he broke free and finally got it. Hand off to Bell. Bell's going to scramble forward. He's going to be out there past the 40. That's going to be a first down. That's probably going to be the last play of the game here as the teams line up. So, again, Mustangs win this one 51-8 over Smoky Valley Vikings. We'll try to give you a little bit of recap of information here. Again, for the Vikings, Stambaugh end up with 15 carries, 113 yards unofficially on the night, of course, thanks to an 86-yard run there on his last carry for a touchdown, the lone touchdown for the Vikings. Of course, two-point conversion made by Heitschmidt. Heitschmidt was 1 for 12 passing, only 15 yards, but there were 3 pass interference calls on there to help them pick up some yardage there. Baker had 9 carries, 15 yards. Opat, 4 carries, 9 yards. And, of course, with a sack tonight, Heitschmidt, 3 carries, minus 12 yards. Vikings did have 10 penalties for 75 yards versus the Mustangs. Basically, all their penalties were pass interference penalties for 45 yards. Finish up tonight, Jordy Scott had 12 carries, 113 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. Gavin Rosa on the night, he ended up 18 for 25. Sorry, doing quick math here. He had 208 yards throwing, 3 touchdowns, and that 1 interception. Only had 4 pass attempts in the second half. Most of that damage being done in the first half. Tate Smith had a couple throws, 8 yards. And again, spreading the ball around were the Mustangs. Zeller, 3 catches, 25 yards. Martini, 2 catches, 7 yards, and a touchdown. Perkins, 3 catches, 35 yards, and a touchdown. Pendle, 2 catches, 30 yards. Perkins, 5 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. Jordy Scott, 2 catches, 13 yards. Skinner, catch, 5 yards. So Mustangs getting the job done tonight. Again, one long play for the Vikings. Not against the starters. That's all right. Shutout doesn't mean as much as it once did, but Mustangs get the most important thing, and that was a win, 51-8 here at home, Week 9 over the Vikings from Smoky Valley. They will host Holcomb next week. Again, Holcomb winning that game over Marysville 12-7. So we look at this side of the bracket again. Very good bracket, very good setup for Rock Creek, as you can see there. They win tonight over Smoky Valley. Holcomb with the win over Marysville. We got an update from Josh Wilson earlier. Scott City's beating Clearwater 27-7. That game may be final. Thanks for trying to find the Heston score. I've been looking for that as well. Last thing I saw, it was 22-20 Heston over Goodland, but that was at halftime. So as you can see, when we look at this, when we talk about the big players in 3A, of course, we always talk about Andell right there, number 1 at the top. Cheney, the defending champion. They're sitting there as the 5. They're also on the top side of the bracket at 7-1, and then probably the next best team on that side is going to be Collegiate. They're sitting at 7-1. So right now you got an Andale Clay Center matchup, and the regionals, Collegiate and Cheney is probably most likely going to have a rematch there in the regionals. Rock Creek doesn't have to deal with Collegiate, Andale, or Cheney if they keep doing their job. They won't have to deal with them until the sub-states. So they could not have asked for a better lineup right here. Holcomb could be a tough matchup next week. Very interested to see some game film about Holcomb, Marysville, 12-7 on that game. But really, you got to look to see if Rock Creek keeps doing what they're doing. They could potentially end up in the sub-state final. Of course, that's going to be goal number 1, is really just getting through next week. They won't look ahead. Coach Shane Sieben won't let them look ahead, so they'll keep chipping away at this. But, again, very favorable matchup as far as the bracket goes for the Mustangs. So a few of you sticking around in here. We appreciate your sticking with us tonight. I want to thank our fans for dropping in because of your continued support. Backroads Broadcasting keep bringing the action home to you. I want to thank our production team, Cody Liming, working graphics, programming, Cody Rochin, and in-game production. Evan Johnson was upstairs on the main camera. We had Nate Bortnick out there on the field freezing. He had cold hands. He let me know. I didn't have gloves for him. I apologize. Rock Creek journalism class always helping out. Nate Bortnick's been with us quite a bit. He'll be with us again tomorrow. Backroads team is currently scheduled to be back in action again November 8th. That's next Friday. Back here at the Rock. Mustangs will be playing a regional round matchup against Holcomb like we talked about. Join us around 6:40. See if we have a Backroads kickoff show. I want to thank you for spending your evening with us. Drop us a line. Let us know what you think. Again, before we step out tonight, congratulations to head coach Allie Snap and the Lady Mustang volleyball team for their first place finish in pool play today. They'll be playing in the 4A State Volleyball Championships tomorrow. Good luck to them as they take on Hayden in their first match at the Hutchinson Community College. And then, depending on the outcome of that match, they'll either be playing for the championship game if they win or consolation game if they lose. But regardless, getting to day 2 is a prized possession and a great goal, and good job for the Lady Mustangs doing that. Also tomorrow, state cross country. Want to give a congratulations to Rock Creek's lone runner tomorrow, Lucia Nippert. Backroads will be out there. We'll be doing that production at the Wamego Country Club. Of course, we'll be doing that for our partnership with Keisha and the NFHS network. That will not be on any of our broadcast networks, but we will be doing the live stream. So I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thanks for sticking around with me. As always, on behalf of the Backroads team, I'm Judd McCormick, and we got to go for now, but we will BRB.